I often wonder what it would be like to share thoughts with the kings, CEOs, and leaders who changed history. Over 500 years later, people still study one man's brutally honest and often controversial take on power, Niccolò Machiavelli. His book, The Prince, didn't aim to inspire idealism. It revealed how power truly works. Machiavelli saw human nature not through rose-colored glasses, but as it is, self-serving, ambitious, and driven. He exposed the reasons why some people succeed while others fail, and why certain leaders endure. His advice wasn't about cruelty. It was about clarity, understanding the game, not abusing it. To survive and thrive, Machiavelli argued, you must understand how the world really works. You don't have to use manipulation, but being unaware makes you vulnerable. His insights have helped rulers, bosses, and entrepreneurs navigate competition, power dynamics, and influence. Why? Because human nature hasn't changed much. Let's explore the timeless principles of The Prince and how mastering power, perception, and adaptability can shape not just empires, but your own life. True winners aren't the ones who stubbornly cling to outdated methods. They're the ones who pivot, evolve, and change when the moment calls for it. Adaptability is a survival skill. History punishes those who resist change and rewards those who embrace it. Remember Blockbuster? They failed to pivot as Netflix embraced the digital future. Now, Netflix leads an industry Blockbuster once owned. The same lesson echoes in life. Having a plan isn't enough. You must recognize when it's time to change it. Those who read the winds before the storm hits always stay ahead. Being adaptable doesn't mean abandoning your values. It means adjusting your strategy without losing your direction. Like a warrior shifting stance on unsteady ground, the flexible stay standing, the rigid fall. What's one time adaptability gave you the edge? Drop it in the comments. If you believe adapt and conquer is the key to success, type it below. Machiavelli once said, if you can't be both feared and loved, it's better to be feared. Harsh, maybe, but he wasn't encouraging cruelty. He was exposing the power of respect and boundaries. Many will follow a kind leader until it's inconvenient, but a leader who sets clear standards and holds people to them builds a stronger foundation of discipline and results. Take Thomas Edison. He was relentless, pushing his team to the limit. They feared disappointing him. That fear turned into discipline, and discipline fueled innovation that changed the world. Being feared in Machiavelli's sense means being taken seriously. It's about firm expectations, not fear-based leadership. Whether you lead a business or a friend group, being respected trumps being liked. What matters more to you in a leader, approval or respect? Type respect over approval if you agree that admiration outlasts affection. Machiavelli once said, if you can't be both feared and loved, it's better to be feared. Harsh? Maybe. But he wasn't encouraging cruelty. He was exposing the power of respect and boundaries. Many will follow a kind leader until it's inconvenient, but a leader who sets clear standards and holds people to them builds a stronger foundation of discipline and results. Take Thomas Edison. He was relentless, pushing his team to the limit. They feared disappointing him. That fear turned into discipline, and discipline fueled innovation that changed the world. Being feared in Machiavelli's sense means being taken seriously. It's about firm expectations, not fear-based leadership. Whether you lead a business or a friend group, being respected trumps being liked. What matters more to you in a leader, approval or respect? Type respect over approval if you agree that admiration outlasts affection. Perception shapes reality. And in Machiavelli's world, just like ours, what people think of you often matters more than what's true. When J.K. Rowling was struggling, people saw just a single mother with a dream. But once she projected the identity of a bold new voice in literature, the world took notice. In business, startups that present themselves as confident and credible get funding, even if the product is early stage. Perception drives influence. You don't have to fake it, but you must shape it. Think about how posture, tone, and confidence shift how people treat you. That's not trickery, it's strategy. Do you shape how others see you? Type control the narrative if perception has played a role in your success. Force feels powerful, but strategy lasts. Machiavelli taught that you should never use brute force when a smarter path exists. Like Sun Tzu, he believed the best victories are won without battle. Netflix didn't fight Blockbuster, they outmaneuvered them. While the world rented DVDs, Netflix mailed them. And when streaming arrived, they were ready. Blockbuster? Gone. This works in relationships too. You don't always need confrontation. Thoughtful persuasion, well-placed silence, and intelligent framing often accomplish more than arguments. Those who direct the flow of information, not those who shout the loudest, wield real power. Choose battles wisely. If you think strategy beats struggle, type strategy wins in the comments. The wise act early, the slow suffer. Machiavelli emphasized that recognizing the right moment and seizing it is often what separates winners from dreamers. Jeff Bezos launched Amazon before most understood online shopping. Serena Williams doesn't just hit hard, she predicts her opponent's moves. Seeing an opportunity means nothing if you don't act. Many recognize what's happening, but too late. Meanwhile, someone else already sees the chance. Putting things off kills more dreams than failure ever could. Have you ever missed a chance by hesitating? Type, timing is everything. If success has ever hinged on acting fast. Machiavelli said you can judge a leader by the quality of their advisors. Today, your circle is your ecosystem and your future. Your friends, mentors, and team shape your habits, beliefs, and decisions. If you surround yourself with negativity, you absorb it. But if you're around driven, forward thinkers, you elevate naturally. Steve Jobs knew this. He didn't build Apple alone. He hired Steve Wozniak, Jony Ive, and others who shared the vision. That synergy birthed innovation. Your circle can lift you or limit you. Who in your life challenges you to rise? Tag them. And if your network pushes you forward, type strong circle below. To Machiavelli, rejecting the status quo wasn't rebellion, it was wisdom. Playing it safe often leads to stagnation. All innovators, Edison, Elon Musk, Netflix, had one thing in common: they dared to act. They didn't just think differently, they moved when others hesitated. Growth requires boldness, not recklessness, but the courage to move despite fear. Those who stay still may feel safe, but the world keeps turning without them. Whether it's launching a business or changing careers, hesitation hurts more than failure. Futures aren't found, they're forged by decisive action. If you've ever made a bold choice that changed your life, comment below. And if you believe that action beats hesitation, type decisive mindset. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince to tell us how to be evil. He wrote it to tell us how the game of power is really played. These lessons aren't just for kings, they're for anyone navigating competition, ambition, or influence. Power, like nature, doesn't care if you're ready. But with awareness, adaptability, and strategic insight, you won't just survive, you'll lead.